Japan, a country where ancient traditions and hypermodernity exist side by side. Beneath the neon glow and serene temples, there's a much older, darker layer, a land steeped in kaidan, ghost stories woven into the very fabric of the culture. These aren't just campfire tales, they're warnings, moral lessons, and a way to scare the daylights out of people. Some legends are so persistent, locals still avoid certain alleys or objects, convinced the danger is real. Today, we're exploring the ghost stories that have terrified Japan for generations. From haunted tunnels to cursed poems, these are the legends locals warn you never to test. So turn on an extra light. Let's begin. Our first story takes us to Tokyo and the legend of Okiku. Accused of breaking a precious plate, Okiku was thrown to her death in a well. Her ghost rises nightly, counting plates 1, 2, 3, 9, then shrieking in agony. During Obon, residents report seeing blue flames, hitodama, hovering over the well. These flames are believed to be the souls of the dead, a silent vigil for Okiku. Even today the well draws visitors, but few linger after dark. Okiku's sorrow lingers, flickering in the night, and every Obon the flames return. In Tokyo's Yotsuya district stands Oiwa Shrine, dedicated to one of Japan's most famous vengeful spirits. Oiwa was poisoned by her husband, left disfigured and betrayed, and died swearing vengeance. Her ghost, with its haunting visage, is legendary, so much so that actors adapting her story visit the shrine to avoid her curse. Visitors report cameras malfunctioning, batteries draining, and photos coming out distorted. Offerings left at the shrine sometimes move on their own, as if Oiwa herself is present. Locals say her spirit is never at rest, and the shrine is a living reminder of her rage. Even today, people approach with caution, leaving gifts to appease her. Oiwa's legend is a warning. Some spirits demand respect, or else. The shrine stands as proof that some stories never die. Himeji Castle, the White Heron, is a national treasure and a fortress of ghosts. Night guards report the sound of samurai armor clanking in empty corridors, and shadowy figures standing watch in the fog. These aren't just stories. The sense of being watched is overwhelming. The spectral warriors never attack. They simply stand guard, eternal sentinels. The castle's bloody history lingers in every stone. For some, Himeji isn't just a museum, it's still home. The past refuses to rest, and the samurai remain on duty. Visitors come for beauty, but leave with chills. Himeji's ghosts are as real as its walls. aka Manto, the Red Cloak, haunts public restrooms. Especially the last stall. A voice asks, red paper or blue paper? Both answers mean death. Stabbed or strangled, blood red or deathly blue. There's no right answer. Trying to outsmart the spirit is fatal. The only escape? Refuse politely or stay silent, and the entity may vanish. It's a modern legend, but the fear is primal. Being trapped, vulnerable, and forced to choose. aka Manto waits for those who dare to answer. The legend endures, making every restroom a place of dread. Next time, think twice before choosing a stall. Sometimes the scariest ghosts are the ones closest to home, and sometimes survival is about saying nothing at all. Gozu, or Cowhead, is a story so terrifying it's said to kill those who hear it. Anyone who hears the full tale is seized by uncontrollable fear and dies. The most famous version: a teacher tells the story on a bus, students scream, the bus crashes, and no one remembers the tale, only terror. Gozu is forbidden knowledge, a story that destroys itself and its audience. Some stories are best left untold. Tomino's Hell is a poem said to be lethally cursed if read aloud. Written in 1919, it describes a boy's descent into Buddhist hell, nightmarish, surreal, and deeply unsettling. The warning, never recite it out loud, or misfortune and death may follow. Stories abound of people falling ill or suffering accidents after reading it. The most famous case, a radio director read it on air, fell ill, and was injured mid-broadcast. The poem's danger is accessible. Anyone can find it, but few dare to test the curse. Its lines seem to taunt the reader, daring you to risk everything. Tomino's Hell is a legend for the internet age, a curse you can summon with a whisper. Some art is meant to be admired, not spoken. In Okinawa, a modern ghost story echoes the tragedy of war, the phone call from the sea. Locals report receiving calls with only static and the sound of waves. Sometimes a faint, desperate voice. The number is always unknown, impossible to trace. The belief these are calls from the yūrei, the restless spirits of those lost at sea. The static is the barrier between worlds, the ocean, their eternal home. It's a haunting reminder of loss, grief, and the persistence of memory. Technology becomes a conduit for the dead. Sometimes the past calls, and all you can do is listen. In Fukuoka, the old Inunaki Tunnel is sealed off for a reason. Its history is soaked in violence and fear. The area is rumored to be lawless, with a sign warning that Japan's laws don't apply. A brutal murder in 1988 supercharged the hauntings. Those who sneak in report cold winds, disembodied screams, and shadowy figures darting in the dark. Electronics fail, and the sense of dread is overwhelming. Locals warn, this isn't a place for ghost hunting. Here, tragedy and the supernatural have merged into something truly malevolent. Some places are haunted for a reason. Inunaki Tunnel is one of them. On a hill in Okinawa stands the Nakagasuku Hotel, an unfinished, decaying ruin haunted by its own history. Built near sacred tombs, the project was cursed from the start. Workers suffered accidents, saw ghostly samurai, and heard chanting in empty halls. The developer ignored warnings, went mad, and died on site. The hotel was abandoned, but the hauntings continue. Strange lights, voices, and the feeling of being watched. The ruins are off limits, but thrill seekers still trespass, and often regret it. The spirits here are restless, their protest echoing through the concrete skeleton. Some places are better left undisturbed. Oiranbuchi, the courtesan's pool, is a place of beauty and betrayal. In the 16th century, 55 courtesans were lured onto a platform over the gorge and dropped to their deaths to protect a gold mine's secret. Their screams are said to echo through the gorge to this day. Locals warn against crossing the bridge at night. Travelers report hearing cries and feeling invisible hands tugging at their clothes. The spirits are said to seek company in their watery grave. Oiranbuchi is a reminder that beauty can hide tragedy. The past lingers in the wind and the river remembers. Some bridges are crossed at your own risk. The Hanona, or Bone Woman, is a tale of love that blinds and destroys. A grieving man is visited by his lost lover who appears beautiful to him but as a decaying corpse to others. Night after night he welcomes her, oblivious to her true form. Neighbors intervene with protective charms, but the man, desperate, removes them, allowing her back in. Her embrace drains his life and he joins her in death. The story warns love can be blinding, sometimes fatally so. The Hanona is a ghost of longing and delusion. Some reunions are best left to memory. The Yuki-onna, or Snow Woman, is winter's deadly beauty. She appears in blizzards, gliding over snow, freezing victims with a breath. She once spared a young man, Masaku, on the condition he never speak of her. Years later, he marries a woman named Yuki, only to realize she is the spirit he met. Breaking his promise, he loses her forever. The Yuki-onna is a warning. Nature's beauty can be lethal, and some promises must never be broken. Her legend chills every snowy night. In Japan, winter is never just cold, it's haunted. The Jorogumo, or Binding Bride Spider, is a shape-shifting yokai that lures men to their doom. She appears as a beautiful woman near waterfalls or forests, preying on travelers. Once captivated, her victims are ensnared in spider silk and slowly devoured. The most famous tale, a villager at Joran Falls discovers the truth when a rope tied to a tree is pulled out by a giant spider. The Jorogumo is a warning, beware beauty that seems too perfect, especially when you're alone. Her patience is ancient, her hunger endless. In the wild, not all dangers are what they seem. Sometimes the most beautiful face hides the deadliest predator. 13 stories, more than just tales, they're warnings etched into Japan's landscape. Many hinge on a choice answer: read, promise, or walk away. These legends tap into universal fears: betrayal, loss, the unknown. They remind us that some places and stories hold the memory of tragedy. So next time you're in a quiet place, listen. An ancient story might be waiting. Would you be brave enough or wise enough to walk away? Thanks for watching.